Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karvavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu ma Vishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. The subject of today's satsang is pure love, which is going to be taken at a different dimension, a never before dimension today. Before getting into that dimension, let us see what is love as being understood, as being expected in today's world by most of us. In Tamil we say, Veyilil Theriyum Nidalin Arumai. Only in the scorching heat we get to know the beauty of shadow. So, first let us look at the heat, then we'll go to the shadow. Love in today's world. Life has its needs, expectations, wishes, and desires, but it becomes meaningless if there is no love. Logic without the sensitivity of love, pure rational intellect without devotion, becomes not only dry, but also very often ruthless and even diabolic. What is the essential nature of love? Love is identification with the beloved. Love is when two become one. Not understanding the true nature of love, we become bitter and hard in life. We are unable to understand why we cause grief and anxiety to people whom we love the most, and why those who claim to love us harm us the most. Remember that love is natural in each one of us. It does not have to be created. It has to be just discovered, and once it is discovered, devoid of all its coverings, it is also great and vast that it embraces the entire humanity. Let us look at the very expression of love when we say, I fell in love. In the lower form of love, You really slip and fall. That's why you say, I fell in love. It is often something small, something lower. The lower form of love may lead one to be prejudiced and intolerant of others. For example, excessive possessiveness for your own children might provoke hatred for other children. Fanatism for your own country makes you kill in the name of love. It brings out the worst in us. It is the one exclusive of the many. But the higher form of love is the one which includes the many. When you love your parents, you love your brothers and sisters. Love for your country expands to include all your countrymen. And you appreciate the love of another person for his country. When you love God, you love humanity and the whole creation. Attachment is dependent on a cause. There is a reason for attachment. It fulfills a need. As long as one gets something from a person, there is love. If the cause ceases, the love becomes to an end. Attachment is always selfish, thinking only of oneself. Devotion is not based on needs or desires. It is fulfillment in itself, and therefore it knows only how to give. In the modern world, love is often conditional, an exchange of pleasure and benefits. The misapprehension, I love you because you satisfy my needs, or I love you, but if you stop acting the way I want, I will stop loving you. Swami Vivekananda called this as beggar's love, which is not love at all. True love is not a means to an end, but the end itself. It is love for love's sake. Today, romantic or emotional attachment is labeled as love. The misapprehension, intense jealousy, possessiveness, and emotional dependence are seen as deep signs of deep affection when we say, I cannot live without you. Swami Vivekananda argued that 90% of what is called love is actually attachment, which is a form of self-interest. Attachment is contraction, while love is expansion. That's what Swami also says. He went into a great depth of introspection of what is wrong with whatever we call as love today, or our giving to others today. Whatever he has jotted down, it all came from within after a very deep introspection on what is love after all in today's world. When we love, or when we think that we are really loving someone, it is actually only a reflection of our loving ourselves. We need that person only for self-gratification, and we do not love the other person for the sake of love. A painting with most selfish words say he read this painting in his childhood, in his school days. At that time it was very appealing, not knowing how selfish it was. The painting said, I love you not for what you are, but for what I am when I am with you. How selfish. When we do not get the desired results in a love relationship with anyone, maybe even our parents, our children, our brothers, our sisters, etc., it is our ego, our identification with our body mind that is getting hurt, that is getting disappointed. When we are not respected, or when we are humiliated in a society, in a community, in a group, it is actually our limited ego which is getting humiliated. The humiliation is at mental level. If your mind feels you are humiliated, then you are humiliated. We feel upset that we are not getting the respect, the love from others when we are loving them, when we are serving them, whomsoever they are. Actually, it's our ego that is getting hurt, that when we expect someone to love us and when we do not get that love from them, when we expect someone to respect us, we are not getting that respect from them. It is not their loving that hurts us. It is not their disrespecting us that hurts us. But it is the ego that is not getting its importance and respect or love that is hurting us. Even at work, we say we are not respected. We are not given due importance. But here also, it is our ego that needs importance, that needs recognition, that is getting hurt. Thus, love is most misapprehended, most misunderstood by the person who thinks he loves. He does not love anyone. He does not serve anyone. He is only loving himself. He is only serving himself, his own ego. And when in all these relationships things go wrong, his serving himself falls a serious setback. As we read above, love falls or love fails. Even in spiritual organization, with what we think as our serving or our acting with love is actually our loving ourselves. Our actions ask for recognition. We need others to recognize our so-called love, our efforts, our service. What is then love which will never fail, which will never fall, which will never get hurt, which will never get disappointed? What is the love after all? In the last 14 and a half years, he has been giving various sessions, various talks on love. Love is God session was given. How one single pointed love progresses to love for the entire creation was dealt. Narada Bhakti Sutra was dealt, which is all but love. Nowhere in the Narada Bhakti Sutra the word bhakti or devotion is covered. It's all love, prema. But the dimension which is going to be given today, it was never given before in such explicit, clear terms. He did cover, he said love without being aware that I love. But this line was given as a mantra for you to introspect, contemplate till today. Today, this line is being explained in a crystal clear manner. Love without being aware of loving. One of the monks, a disciple of Paramahamsa Yogananda, has spoken about love, which was noted down by a participant, and he has given the transcript of the talk by that Swamiji. We will take the essence from that transcript and then progress further. The monk starts his talk with a prayer and an affirmation. Affirmation: I will love others as extensions of my own self and of the love I feel from God. Prayer: O Infinite One, make me a channel for Thy love. Through me, reach out to sow seeds of love in barren hearts everywhere. This was the prayer. One finds love not by being loved, but by just loving. We can never know love if we try to draw others to ourselves, nor can we find it by centering our love in them. For love is infinite. It is never ours to create. We can only channel it from its source in infinity to all whom we meet. The more we forget ourselves in giving to others, the better we can understand what love really is. The more we love as channels for God's love, the more we can understand that His is the only love in all the universe. Love is found in loving, not in receiving. That is why Jesus said in the Bible, it is more blessed to give than to receive. That is why we have so much conflict in our relationships and in our lives. We are expecting other people to love us without first perfecting our love for them. Even that is not enough. Even if we keep loving people, we can never know love if we try to draw others to ourselves or by centering our love in them. Which is to say that as long as you feel, I love so and so person or I love you, there is separation. There is a separate identity. There is you on one side, there is the other person or the other society or the country or whatever on the other side, and we say we love, I love you or I love that. As long as there is separation, there is duality, there is delusion. So true love only by channeled from its source, which is God. In our relationships, the way to make them more loving, more joyful and more compassionate is first to find love within ourselves by connecting to the divine in the depth of our own heart. How can we do that? Through meditation, through prayer, through chanting, through practicing the presence of God. Whenever, as soon as we feel that loving presence, we experience tremendous joy within us, and then we start to become channels of that love and joy to everyone whom we meet. In the talk which spread over 2 Tuesdays on one of the bhajans which talked about love, I don't know if it was Dattatreya, Dehi Dehi Tava Sripada Seva, or it was about service or love, where he said, we taught. To that extent, it is covered here. What it is said, first we have to find the love in ourselves by connecting to God. So, he covered it in the 2 parts. O Giridhara Gopala, the duality between you and him. Na Giridhara Gopala, I have found the love within myself. And then only this love pervades the entire universe. The entire universe is nothing but love when we say Nigiridala Gopala. It was covered in over 2 weeks. Simple concept of love. First, God exists outside us. We have to find Him within ourselves. That is what is starting from attraction, adoration to single-pointed love. A single-pointed devotion where the devotion transforms to love. We cannot give something which is not within us. We cannot be a vacuum inside and go about blabbering that I love. I am serving as a Sai Sevak and I love the people around me, downtrodden around me, the Narayanas. So I am going to go and do the Narayana Seva. First, find the Narayan within yourself. If you don't find the Narayan within yourselves, you can never find Narayanas in those whom you are serving. This was the crux which was covered in 2 weeks. Up to that, okay, he has given in numerous sessions. Now, we find that the source of love in God is infinite. We channel it from its source in infinity, which is to say that love is infinite. There is no set amount of love that you can channel. The only limitation on your ability to channel love is your own self. How much you can take from that infinite Akshaya Patra, love, infinite love. How can you gather it within you is up to you. There is no limit to it. If you block yourself from the flow of divine love, you cannot channel love perfectly through others. But if you channel that love to others, then you find that you really experience what true love is. You see our family, our friends, our spouse, our children, we can love them. But what if they turn against you? What if they hurt you? What if they hate you? Can we still love them? Can we still be loving, caring and compassionate? This is the question we have to ask ourselves. And truly, honestly, in the presence of Swami, if we are able to say yes to this question, that we are able to love them unconditionally, even if they do not love us, they hate us. If we have found an answer, yes, then we have found true impersonal love, true unconditional love. Paramahamsa Yogananda had this desire to go to the Himalayas. He thought that he would go there to meet saints and have more and more time for meditation. And he would not be bothered by ashram duties. So he went to the Himalayas despite his guru telling him the opposite. Sri Yukteswar never forced his opinion on anyone, let alone his disciple. Sri Yogananda went to Himalayas, and after some time he came back. All his Himalayan experiences are covered in Autobiography of a Yogi. The whole story is beautifully narrated in the same book. Then he comes back to the ashram of Sri Yukteswar, and without hesitation, Sri Yukteswar acts as if no time has passed, as if nothing has happened in this time where the disciple had left him. And he just picks up from where he had left Paramahamsa Yogananda or Mukunda, and he simply tells him to resume his life and resume his duties in the ashram. The disciple is so touched by this. He tells his guru that, "Sir, we hear of unconditional love in books and stories, but never have I felt such great love which has no thought of one's own self." Sri Yukteswar says simply, he or the guru has no expectations of others. So his desires could never be in opposition to that of his disciples or other people. Whatever you wish, I agree. I bless you. I don't have a separate wish or desire which is separate from your wish. This is love. You don't have anything that you are seeking for yourself in such a relationship. You don't have anything that you want in that relationship except for the happiness of that person. That is the essence of impersonal love. That is the love that saints give us. That love, the love that God gives us, and the love that we also have to give to God. In the life of Swami Kriyananda, he was persecuted greatly by his fellow disciples and by many other people to the point of bankruptcy, to the point of bringing to ruins everything that he had done for his guru. When someone asked him, "Swamiji, how do you feel about the people who are persecuting you?" He said, "I can only feel love for them. I choose to love them because by loving them, I feel more joyful." In his own personal life, he has faced hatred, disrespect, humiliation from those whom he considered as his own. Still facing Swami, he can say all that he has got is only love for all of them, for the whole world. So that is like a mantra for all of us. We choose to love others even if they hate us, even if they do us harm. We choose to love them because loving others gives us joy. Loving helps us to be connected with the infinite source, with the divine within ourselves. So let us try to introspect and see in our relationships how we can bring this divine love, how we can bring more love into the relationship and not be thinking about how much love we receive or we don't receive. Once that flow of love is started, it cannot help but attract more love from God, from others, from the universe. It is a whole great divine romance, as Yogananda ji would say. That affirmation, let us go back to that affirmation. So, let us practice this affirmation for love that this monk has given us. Let us sit straight, close our eyes, and focus at the spiritual eye. With great concentration and energy, repeat these words. Now, all of you, please close your eyes and focus intensely within yourselves. Don't look at him. Don't think about anything else. Just repeat what he is going to say after he has finished. I will love others as extensions of my own self and of the love I feel from God. Repeat. Now in a softer voice, again, I will love others as extensions of my own self and of the love I feel from God. Say. Say it loudly. And then in a whisper, which is heard by you within. And Swami sits here, so you are telling to Swami or you are telling to your own self. Again, he will say, you have to repeat, I will love others as extensions of my own self and of the love I feel from God. Tell it to Swami within you in a whisper. Finally, take these words mentally at your spiritual eye and repeat them. Tell along with me. Now 3 times you have given this affirmation to yourself. Now you know. Say along with me mentally. I will love others as extensions of my own self and of the love I feel from God. I will love others as extensions of my own self and of the love I feel from God. Now this prayer, close your eyes, repeat after I say. O infinite one, say. Make me a channel for thy love, say. Through me, reach out to sow seeds of love in barren hearts everywhere. Tell. Now we will repeat together. He is telling it loudly. You have to tell it at mental level to Swami. Together. O infinite one, make me a channel for thy love. Through me, reach out to sow seeds of love in barren hearts everywhere. What are the few take-home lessons for lifetime from this about sharing by a senior monk? Each expression, all that has flown from within, he has just jotted down for being more precise. Each line should penetrate you today to your core self, never to dissolve and never to lose its intensity. Love is not my love, your love, anyone's love for any other. Love is universal and ever existing. Swami says love is God and God is omnipresent, all-pervading. Therefore, love is also, because Swami said God is love, love is also omnipresent, all-pervading. When we love all, love is not generating or originating from us. universal, infinite, because now we have understood that love is infinite, all pervading, just like God is infinite, all pervading. Purusham evedagam sarvam. So we knew God is infinite, God is love, love is infinite, love is omnipresent, love is all pervading. So we just act as channel to spread love which is ever there. Today and forever from today, let us not own the ownership for our loving others. It is not we, the BMI, from whom the love is originating. The love is universal, all pervading. Up to the extent we have purified ourselves, up to the extent we have found love, or God, or love within, God as love within, to the extent, to our capacity, to that extent, if we have come wholesome, whole soul love, if we have found within, then we can infinitely be the channel of that infinite love. So, it is not me, the body mind, who is loving. As per my capacity, to the extent I have sanctified my heart with that source love, to the extent I have found love within me to say, Na Giridhara Gopala, truthfully, to that extent I can pick up, I can effortlessly draw that universal love and act as a channel, and through that channel, as that channel, love spreads. This dimension has not been given till now in such explicit, clear way in 14 and a half years. Maybe now you are entitled, now you are capable of understanding and acting on this to become the channel of the love. So if we are acting as channel, our prejudice, our own impressions, our own expectations at our BM level have no relevance at all. Thus we act as angels, we act as channel of universal love, no matter how so-called near and dear ones, or known ones, or unknown ones react or respond to it. All challenges, all persecutions, all humiliations and censures are happening to the body and mind. We as channel spreading universal love, even without being conscious of spreading the same, have no connection with we, the body mind. Now that mantra gets its fulfillment, what was taught to you all these years, loving without being aware of loving. Now the clarity comes. With full understanding and absorbing all that we have learnt today, no complaints, no grievances, no sadness, no feeling of being let down or being deserted by anyone. We are divine channels and existing thus, like sun shines without any reservation or without even the awareness that sun is shining. We should and we can and we will spread love universally, starting from our home, without being aware that we are loving. So then our love flows incessantly without we being aware even about that. Where is the question of feeling that I love so and so? And when that feeling is not there, then where is the question of expecting anything in return? I love them is not there at all. When as channel we are just drawing that universal love and giving. When that I is not there in the loving aspect, then whereas the question of that I getting disappointed on God not getting the response, including our own family members, our own kith and kin. When we take out something which is owned by us and give it supposedly with love to someone, and when that someone rejects us, ridicules us, then we feel the pain. Being the channel drawing the universal love and showering on them with no expectations, not even aware that you are showering love as channel. It could be your spouse, parents, siblings, children. Same applies to those whom you consider as close friends. Practice this sincerely at least. You will see that there are no negative emotions within you at all. Even if the family members do not respond, they take time to respond. They continue to be negative. Even we will soon see a monk faced with all challenges from disciples and others saying, I love them because I find joy in loving. We will find that expression, that feeling within ourselves. What Swami Kriyananda felt, that I love them because I find joy in loving them. This joy is the end. Their response to your love is not the end. At work, do not ever think whether your boss or others respect you or disrespect you. Just act as channel. Keep loving them, though you may not be expressing it at your work. When you think things are going wrong at workplace, sit back, get into introspection. Whether it would have been so bad had you been the channel right through and not allowed your ego to take the lead and judge people at workplace and draw a conclusion about them. Of course, when things turn really hostile and you can make out clearly that it is not due to your ego or your mind play, but it is because of the organizational environment, the attitude of your superior, who matters in the hierarchy, who has really turned hostile, and you are able to feel the instruction for you to quit, then you must quit. But your inner conscience must tell you clearly that your ego was never involved in the whole process. Even at a spiritual center, when you feel you are hurt due to others' behavior, introspect. If you were feeling all along acting as channel spreading universal love, would you feel hurt? Is the connection stable? Are you able to listen and see him? If yes, just message yes in the chat box. Just press message yes. Otherwise also no problem. Yes, the net issue is there, but you are getting it. No problem. It will reach you as audio. He is recording it. From now on, even when you walk into spiritual center as a devotee, as a singer, as a coordinator, just be the channel showering love. You may not be expressing the same always, but within you, even before others feel it, you should feel the completeness, wholesomeness of being just love, channel of universal love. It is guaranteed you will never be hurt by anyone's actions from today onwards if you decide to be like this. There is a story of a Sufi saint. One disciple said that he is no true lover of God who is not willing to suffer. The saint said, well, that is not quite all right. Another disciple tried and he said, he is no true lover of God who is not happy to suffer. She said, well, this is also not quite right. The disciples then asked her, please tell us what is right and what describes a true lover of God. She said, he is no true lover of God who does not forget his suffering in the thought of his beloved. So you see, true love helps you transcend your little egoic self, your preoccupations, your likes and dislikes, and it helps you to just be a pure, open channel of divine love to all souls that you meet. It is said that even in the life of Swami, we know it. We have said about it, what all Swami Kriyananda faced. So, a mantra, take-home mantra for today is that I choose to love because by loving I feel more joyful. We end this with few more relevant quotes. The whole world is permeated with love. You are all the embodiments of love. You may or may not have any other quality, but every one of you has love. In this world, there is nobody without love. Swami, Discourse, 16th July 2001. Love does not seek anything in return. Love knows only to give, not to receive. Such love is free from fear. These are the basic features of true love. Sanatana Sarati, August 1988. From an unknown author. Angels inspire us because they act as channels for God's love to flow through. Every assignment angels work on involves delivering God's love to people in some way. Dear all, if this one session in the last 15 years is taken sincerely and you absorb each and every line of this one session, you will find that your heart is so overwhelmed with love, saturated with love. Dancing, you will dance in joy with love. Sit down, note one by one each and every relation, each and every situation, environment where you have complained, you have pain, you have felt that you are not getting the love or respect from them. In such case, make a self-analysis and note down in 3 parts. What went wrong in my approach to them with the understanding of today's session? Second part, if I had been practicing today's absorption of this session and had acted as channel of universal love, then how I would have dealt with this relationship from the very beginning. Third part, if I had dealt with that person or that situation as per today's session absorption, then what would have been the result? Dear all, this self-analysis and a pledge in front of Swami to truly practice today's session is should be 100% and not 99%. If so, it can change your entire approach to life and fill you with so much love, so much joy, which you cannot even imagine now. So, make me thy channel of love, O Sai. Let me love all, for it shall fill me with joy. So, universal love is infinite, all-pervading, omnipresent. To the extent you can draw from that universal love, you are able to draw and you are able to spread it with no ownership at all. The moment you are not able to spread love, or you are feeling the pain, or you are having any complaint, or if you are having any grudge, then be sure you are not acting as channel of that infinite love. There is a disconnection between that universe self and yourself. And if you are acting as that channel of that infinite love, then 100% you can never expect anything in return, and your love will not be limited to those who seek it or who respect it. It will be also universal, because the source is universal. The spreading will be universal. So, we will end with that St. Xavier's lines which Sundarayar had spoken in front of Swami. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. Where there is sadness, joy. And what Swami corrected ultimately, he said, don't say make me an instrument, say I am an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, I shall sow love. Where there is injury, I shall pardon. Where there is doubt, I shall instill faith. Where there is despair, I shall instill hope. Where there is darkness, I shall. All this I is that universal I. Universal love. I shall illumine with light. Where there is sadness, I shall spread joy. For loving fills me with joy. Jai Sai Ram.